Imagine a place on Earth where 90% of the world's earthquakes strike and 75% of its volcanoes erupt. This isn't a fantasy. It's the Pacific Ring of Fire, a region teeming with untold power and geological secrets. Stretching around the edges of the Pacific Ocean, this volatile zone is home to the most active tectonic plate boundaries and one of the world's most significant seismic and volcanic activities. The Pacific Ring of Fire represents a geological battleground where the forces of nature constantly collide, creating the most awe-inspiring and destructive events on the planet. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and explosive geysers shape the land here in ways few other regions on Earth experience. In this video, we're about to plunge into the Pacific Ring of Fire's deepest mysteries, uncovering the hidden forces that constantly reshape our planet. Get ready to face the inferno beneath the Earth's surface and explore the raw power and untold stories that have shaped this region. Are you ready to venture into the heart of one of Earth's most dangerous and mysterious zones? The Pacific Ring of Fire is a place where the Earth literally lives on the edge, volatile, unpredictable, and full of raw, explosive energy. This vast and complex region encircles the Pacific Ocean, stretching through the coasts of Asia, the Americas, and Oceania. The Ring of Fire is not just a symbolic name, but a real geological phenomenon. A series of tectonic plate boundaries, volcanic arcs, and earthquake zones forming a continuous loop that harbors some of the most active and destructive geological forces on the planet. The Pacific Ring of Fire is the site of roughly 75% of the world's active volcanoes and 90% of the planet's earthquakes. The sheer concentration of activity in this region is unlike any other. From the towering eruptions of Mount St. Helens in the United States to the deadly tremors of the 2011 earthquake in Japan, the Ring of Fire has continuously reshaped the Earth's surface, giving rise to some of the planet's most awe-inspiring and dangerous natural wonders. So why does the Pacific Ring of Fire exist? The answer lies beneath the Earth's surface, where tectonic plates, huge slabs of rock that make up the Earth's outer shell, are constantly shifting, colliding, and pulling apart. These tectonic movements are the driving forces behind the intense volcanic and seismic activity in the region. At the core of the Ring of Fire's activity is the process of subduction, where one tectonic plate is forced under another, often deep beneath the ocean floor. As these plates collide, they create a range of geological phenomena, from deep-sea trenches to volcanic arcs. The friction between the plates causes immense pressure to build up, which, when released, results in earthquakes and eruptions. This constant cycle of tectonic activity is what makes the Pacific Ring of Fire one of the most geologically active places on Earth. To understand the true power of the Pacific Ring of Fire, we need to delve deeper into the forces that drive its activity: plate tectonics and subduction zones. The Earth's outer shell, known as the lithosphere, is made up of several large pieces called tectonic plates. These plates are constantly moving, floating on the semi-fluid asthenosphere beneath them, and their interactions give rise to earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and mountain-building events. In the Pacific Ring of Fire, many of the tectonic plates are converging, colliding, or sliding past each other, resulting in intense geological activity. The boundaries where these plates meet are known as plate boundaries, and they are the primary locations where earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur. At the most active plate boundary in the Ring of Fire, subduction zones are formed. Subduction occurs when one tectonic plate is forced beneath another. As one plate descends into the mantle, it melts and forms magma, which can rise to the surface and cause volcanic eruptions. These subduction zones, like those in the Philippines, Japan, and the Pacific Northwest, are responsible for some of the most explosive volcanic eruptions and devastating earthquakes in recorded history. Take the example of the Ring of Fire's subduction zone in Japan. The Pacific Plate is subducting beneath the North American Plate, creating the violent volcanic activity associated with the region's many active volcanoes. This tectonic interaction not only generates volcanic eruptions, but also triggers powerful earthquakes. In fact, the 2011 earthquake in Japan, one of the most powerful in modern history, was a direct result of the ongoing subduction process in the Ring of Fire. The volcanic activity in the Pacific Ring of Fire is some of the most intense and frequent in the world. Volcanoes in this region have been responsible for shaping entire landscapes and producing some of the most catastrophic eruptions in Earth's history. From the catastrophic eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia to the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens in the United States, the volcanoes of the Ring of Fire are both destructive and awe-inspiring. The majority of these volcanoes are located along the tectonic plate boundaries in subduction zones. In these zones, as one tectonic plate slides beneath another, magma is formed due to the immense heat and pressure. This magma rises to the surface, creating volcanic islands, mountain ranges, and active volcanic vents. These eruptions are not only dangerous to nearby populations, but also have a global impact, as the ash and gases released can alter atmospheric conditions, affecting weather patterns and temperatures. But volcanic activity is not just confined to explosive eruptions. In addition to the violent explosions that produce ash clouds and lava flows, there are also quieter, effusive eruptions, where lava steadily flows from the volcano, creating new landforms. These types of eruptions are still powerful, but are less likely to cause immediate harm compared to explosive eruptions. The activity in the Pacific Ring of Fire is a constant reminder of the planet's ever-changing nature. In some cases, entire islands have been formed by volcanic activity, while in others, catastrophic eruptions have caused mass destruction and loss of life. While volcanic eruptions are some of the most dramatic events in the Pacific Ring of Fire, earthquakes are often just as impactful. The region is known for its high frequency of earthquakes, caused by the ongoing tectonic activity along the subduction zones. When tectonic plates shift, they release a tremendous amount of energy, sending seismic waves that travel through the Earth's crust. These waves cause the ground to shake, sometimes with devastating consequences. In fact, the majority of the world's most powerful earthquakes occur in the Pacific Ring of Fire. The 1960 Valdivia earthquake in Chile, the strongest earthquake ever recorded, occurred along the subduction zone between the Nazca and South American plates. Similarly, the 2011 earthquake in Japan, which resulted in widespread damage and the devastating Fukushima nuclear disaster, was caused by the subduction of the Pacific Plate beneath the North American Plate. What makes earthquakes in the Pacific Ring of Fire so dangerous is the sheer energy released during an event. The energy from these tectonic shifts can be enough to cause massive destruction over large areas, with aftershocks continuing for days, weeks, or even months after the initial quake. These seismic events are not only capable of shaking the Earth's surface, but can also trigger secondary hazards, such as landslides, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. Despite our growing understanding of the geological forces at play in the Pacific Ring of Fire, there are still many mysteries that remain unsolved. Some phenomena, like the mysterious seismic waves and sudden volcanic eruptions, continue to puzzle scientists. The unpredictability of these events makes it difficult to forecast and prepare for the consequences. One of the most fascinating and unexplained phenomena in the Ring of Fire is the behavior of certain volcanoes, which erupt with little to no warning. Some volcanoes, like those in Indonesia, have been known to erupt suddenly and violently, despite being monitored closely by scientists. Similarly, while we can measure tectonic plate movements and monitor seismic activity, predicting when or where the next massive earthquake will occur remains an elusive challenge. In addition to these unexplained eruptions, there are also several myths and legends surrounding the Pacific Ring of Fire. Ancient cultures in the region have long associated volcanic activity and earthquakes with divine forces or apocalyptic events. While science has given us more insight into the cause of these events, some of the old legends continue to persist, fueling the intrigue and mystique of this region. As climate change and human activity continue to shape the Earth's environment, the Pacific Ring of Fire is likely to remain one of the most active and dangerous regions on the planet. Increasing urbanization along coastlines and near active volcanic zones only increases the risk to local populations. While scientists have made great strides in understanding the mechanisms behind these geological phenomena, there is still much to learn. The future of the Pacific Ring of Fire is uncertain, and the potential for future eruptions and earthquakes remains high. As scientists continue to monitor the region, they will undoubtedly uncover even more about the forces at work beneath the surface. With this knowledge, we may be able to predict and mitigate the impacts of these catastrophic events, saving lives and protecting vulnerable communities. The Pacific Ring of Fire is a region of unmatched geological power and mystery. From the depths of the Earth's crust, tectonic plates and volcanic arcs shape the land and create some of the most awe-inspiring natural events we can witness. As we continue to study this active zone, we uncover new insights into the forces that have shaped our planet for millions of years. Whether through volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, or unexplained phenomena, the Pacific Ring of Fire continues to remind us of the raw and unpredictable power that lies beneath the Earth's surface. As we face these forces, we must continue to learn, adapt, and prepare for the next seismic event, knowing that the inferno of the Pacific Ring of Fire will continue to burn brightly in the Earth's geological landscape.